Hello everyone, I am Rupali Meshram. Today we are going to study Standard 5th Environmental Studies Part 1. In previous period, chapter number 2, Motions of the Earth, we had started. In that content, we had studied that rotation. In that activity they had given to spin a top. In that the top spins around an imaginary line. The turns of this top is called rotation. Rotation is performed around an axis that we had seen. Again, under the Earth's rotation, we had seen the Earth rotate around its axis. Earth's axis is inclined. And again, an activity they have given. Try this one, which we had done. The North and the South Pole, which they had told us to observe. Here, that is, the one end of the axis of the Earth is called North Pole, that is N, while the opposite point is called South Pole, that is S. The line joining North and South Pole, that is NS line, is called an axis of the Earth. You can see in the given diagram. Equator. About equator, we had studied the imaginary circle present exactly between the North and the South poles of the surface of the Earth is called an equator. About hemisphere, we had studied what is hemisphere. The hemisphere present to the north of the equator is called the northern hemisphere, while the one that is present in the south of the equator is called the southern hemisphere. Again, one activity they had given, which we had tried. This one, try this. In this, they told us to draw a big circle on a paper placed on a table. Keep a lighted candle at the center of the circle. Place a globe on any point of the circle. Let the room be dark. So in that light, the light falls on the side of the part of the globe which is facing to the candle is well lit. That is, while the other part which is away from the candle is the darkness. The dark part will be the night and the lighted part will be the day. We had seen the rotations, sunset and sunrise. In that rotation of the Earth, the movement of the Earth around its axis is called rotation. The part of the Earth that faces the sun has day, while the other part which is not facing the sun has night. The Earth rotates from west to east. During its rotation, the different parts of the Earth come into the light of the sun one after the other, and also turns away in the same manner. Again, they told us to place a red color bindi on the globe, set up the experiment in the same manner which we had done in the previous one. You can see here the red color bindi as they had denoted. So wherever the bindi will move, you have to tell us that whether the part is day or whether the part is night, or sunset or sunrise, what time it will be in that bindi. So sunrise, noon and sunset are caused due to the rotation of the Earth. During the rotation of the Earth, the time period from one sunrise to the next sunrise is called one day. Day and hour, about that, the period of time that the Earth takes to complete one rotation is called a day. Each day is divided into 24 equal parts. For the purpose of measuring time, this one part is called an hour. Again, revolution. What is revolution? The movement of the Earth around the sun is called revolution. The Earth keeps on rotating around itself as well as revolving around the sun. This much only we had seen in the previous part. Today we are going to discuss about a year. Let's see what it is. Try this. Now move the globe along the circle of the table. As you do this, keep rotating the globe and ensure that the axis does not change its orientation. Eventually, the globe will come back to its original place on the circle. This is how the Earth revolves around the sun even as it rotates around itself. Yes, as in previous period also I told you that as when revolving around the sun, the Earth rotates at its own axis also. The bindi which is allotted when it will start moving, but where we had started, it will come at that same place one time. It means that the one rotation will be completed. When the one revolution will be completed? One revolution will be completed when 1 year will be completed. When the 1 year will be completed? When the sun, when the earth, while rotating around its own axis, it will revolve around the sun. That time, that situation, a year will be completed. Means while rotating around itself of the earth, while rotating, it will start revolving the sun. When one revolution will be completed, that time 1 year will be completed. This is how its earth revolves around the sun even as it rotates around itself. The period of time the earth takes to complete one revolution around the sun is called 1 year. There are about 365 days and 6 hours in a year. Yes, we know this concept. As the time period which the earth takes to complete one revolution around the sun is called year. 365 days and 6 hours makes 1 year. Let's see what is a leap year. In the Gregorian calendar, the year is taken to have 365 days. It means that it counts 6 hours less every year. That makes 24 hours or 1 day in every 4 hours. 4 years. To make up for this lost 1 day, the month of February in the Gregorian calendar has an extra day every 4th year. That year is called a leap year and it has 366 instead of 365 days. And February has 29 instead of 28 days. Just I told you how many days it will take to revolve around the sun. 365 days and 6 hours it will take. But how to count the 6 hours in a day? 24 hours, 1 day. 6 hours, it cannot be a day. So while the 4 years will be passed, 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours. 6 fours are 24. It means that when 1 day, how to count this 1 day, this 6 hours of this 4 year? So that after every 4 years, we are having a leap year. That is, in that year, 366 days will be there in the year, and in the February month, instead of having 28 days in that month, we will have 29 days. This is the reason why we have 28 days in normal year, and in a leap year we have 29 days. Do you know? You know that the length of the day and night is not always equal. This happens because of the Earth's inclined axis and its revolution around the sun. In the northern hemisphere, between 22nd March and 23rd September, the days are longer than the nights. Yes, in the northern hemisphere, during the period of 22nd March and 23rd September, the days are longer and the nights are shorter. Therefore, it is warmer there. As day is bigger, so the temperature in that area it will be warmer. That is, it is summer in the northern hemisphere. However, during this same period in the southern hemisphere, the nights are longer than the day. The earth gets less heat in these parts and therefore it is winter in the southern hemisphere. In the period from 23rd September to 22nd March, the days are longer than the nights in the southern hemisphere. It gets more heat and it is summer there. In this period in the northern hemisphere, it is the night that are longer. The northern hemisphere gets less heat and it is winter there. Note that there may be difference in these dates due to the leap year. In India, summer, the rainy season and winter are considered to be the main seasons. We also divide the year into 6 seasons, namely Vasant, Grishma, Varsha, Sharad, Hemant and Shishir. See here, a concept they had given, the changing time span of the day and night. How the day and night changes due to the revolution of the earth and also due to inclined axis of the earth. There is a change in the time span of daytime and night time. In the northern hemisphere, between 22nd March and 23rd September, The days are long here and the nights are short. During this time, there is a summer in the northern hemisphere, due to which the days are longer and nights are shorter. During this same period, the nights are longer and the days are shorter in the southern hemisphere. So as it will be opposite in the southern hemisphere. What we had seen in the northern hemisphere, the nights are shorter and days are longer. But in southern hemisphere, here the nights will be longer and the day will be shorter. It will be totally opposite in northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, between 23rd September to 21st March, the days are short and nights are long. In this time, there is winter in northern hemisphere. During this same period, there is summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shortest nights. So, if you will divide the 22nd March to 23rd September, in northern hemisphere, long day, nights short, and season will be summer. And in southern hemisphere, day will be short, night will be long, and season will be of winter season. And if you will consider from 23rd September to 22nd March, in northern hemisphere, day will be short, night will be long, and season it will be of winter. In southern hemisphere, same period, 23rd September to 22nd March, day will be long, night will be short, and the season in that period it will be of summer. Okay, let's see the next content. Can you before this, okay, this cycle of 6 seasons is called the Ritu Chakra. Many of our festivals are connected with the seasons. Many of our songs and games are also related to the different seasons. Yes, many poems, many songs, they are related. Many games, they are related to our seasons. As season changes, we change our game, we change our poems, we change our mood. Phases of the moon. What is the name given to the changing shapes of the moon that we see? That is, the changing shapes of the moon that we see are called the phases of the moon. What are the names of days on which we see a round moon? Yes, we see the round moon on Purnima, and on which we see no moon at all, that is Amavasya. That is, we call it as the round moon, full moon day, and no moon at all, that we call new moon day. Full moon day, that is Purnima, new moon day, Amavasya. The full moon and the new moon. The moon revolves around the earth and the earth revolves around the sun. Yes, moon revolves around the earth and the earth revolves around the sun. However, these two orbits intersect, hence the sun, the moon and the earth are not always along a straight line. We see half of the moon surface which faces to the earth, that is, from the earth we see only one side of the moon. The moon has no light of its own. We can see the moon because of the sun's light that falls on it. Yes, moon doesn't have any light. The sun which gives light to the moon. On a full moon night, we see the entire side of the moon that faces the earth. On a new moon night, we cannot see any of it. From the full moon to the new moon, the illuminated part of the moon seen from the earth becomes smaller and smaller. Yes, from full moon day. After that day, the moon, it start decreasing. And it will, one day, it will no moon. That is, that day it will be called as Amavasya. On Amavasya day, on new moon day, there is no moon in the sky. These different shapes of the sun, moon that we see are called the phases of the moon. Yes, and again after the Amavasya, again we will see the crescent moon, that is the rising moon. And again the moon will start rising, increasing, and one day it will be of full one, that is full moon day, that is Purnima. and again when it will start decreasing, and one day it will be eliminated from the sky. It means that day will be of Amavasya. The lunar month and days Tithi. You know that it takes 14 or 15 days from the new moon to full moon. This is the fortnight of the waxing moon. After the full moon, the moon appears smaller and smaller, and after 14 to 15 days, it is new moon again. This period is the fortnight of the waning moon. Thus, the period from the one new moon to the next is 28 to 30 days. It is called the lunar month. Every day of the lunar month is called a Tithi. Yes, here we can see the moon day, the day on which the sunlight that falls on the moon cannot be seen from the earth. We cannot see the illuminated moon from the earth. On this day, we cannot see the moon in the sky. This day is called the new moon day. From the new moon day to the full moon day, the part of illuminated moon appears to become bigger and bigger. From full moon day to the new moon day, the moon seems to become smaller and smaller. So as it will take 28 to 30 days for the waning moon, and for the waxing moon totally 28 to 30 days. That is 1 month. That is lunar month, or we call it as a Tithi. Here you can see the crescent moon and the waning moon and waxing moon. It will move from downwards, that is the waxing moon, and waning moon from the upwards. Always remember, the rotation of the earth gives rise to day and night. The revolution of the earth and the inclination of its axis give rise to the cycle of seasons. The new moon 15 days, the full moon, the waxing moon, Shukal Paksha. The full moon 15 days, the new moon, the waning moon, Krishna Paksha. The fortnight of the waxing moon plus the fortnight of the waning moon, that is the lunar month. Yes, what is Shukal Paksha and what is Krishna Paksha? The period from the new moon day to the full moon day is called the fortnight of the waxing moon or Shukal Paksha. From a new moon day to the full moon day, Shukal Paksha means what? The moon, it will start rising, and one day it will be full. That is the waxing moon. Means from this moon will start rising, and one day full moon day will be seen. That is Purnima. Krishna Paksha, the period from the full moon day to the new moon day is called fortnight or waning moon or Krishna Paksha. It means that from full moon day to the new moon day, the fortnight waning starts. It means it will start decreasing, and one day in sky there will be no moon. That is Krishna Paksha. And also we call it as waning moon. Okay, that is lunar. What is lunar month? The period from one new moon day to the next new moon day is called a lunar month, which is about 28 to 30 days. What is Tithi? Every day in the lunar month is called a Tithi. What we had learned in this chapter: the rotation of the earth causes day and night. The revolution of the earth around the sun and its inclined axis together cause the seasons. The revolution of the moon around the earth gives rise to the phases of the moon. The period from the new moon to the next is called a lunar month. It has about 28 to 30 days. The fortnight ending on a full moon is that of the waxing moon. The fortnight that ends on a new moon is that is of the waning moon. The days of the lunar month are called Tithis. So in this way we had completed our today's chapter. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for my latest notification. Read chapter, try to understand, watch video and try to understand this concept. Thank you.